Hey YouTube, thanks for tuning in to Dad's Garage HD. I'm Ironhead. How many of you bought these new 24, 23 and a half, 24 road glide street glides, road glides in particular, and were happy with the windscreen or the windshield? Well, I was not one of them. That was one of the first things that I wanted to change, is get that factory windshield off and get something that would solve the buffering or the elements issues that I was facing with the factory windshield. But so what I decided to do is, as you probably have seen from my other videos, is go with the Klockwerks windscreen. Now, I couldn't make up my mind at the time, and at the time, the only thing that they had available were the two sizes, 13 and a half and a 12. I bought both of them. I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted. Wanted to make sure that if me and Mrs. Ironhead were going to go down the road, that we had the protection that we would want for the winter, the rain, or be able to hear my stereo, because Lord knows these factory stereos were not what they're cut out to be. But that's a whole different video. Well, if you watched the previous videos, you saw where I changed this factory windscreen or windshield to the new Klockwerks Pro Touring 12-inch, and I also did one with the 13.5-inch. Anyway, so Klockwerks has been around for a very long time. I've had nothing but fantastic luck with their products. That said, I experienced a little bit of an issue with the 12-inch windshield. And it's really small, but somewhere in between, on the other side, in between, underneath the cover, there was like a spider area where it cracked, almost like a windshield, like a rock chip, except for there was no rock. There was nothing underneath. Nothing got underneath there. There's no evidence of anything doing this. It just started to spider. Well, as luck would have it, I purchased it in April of 24. Found this in September, the very 1st of September. Found this issue. And thought, man, I'm out of warranty by about 6 months. Really nothing I'm going to be able to do. So I took some pictures of it, and I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, well, at the very least, maybe I'll let Klockwerks know in case they have any other issues with any other customers, then they know what to do. Well, this is where everything comes to light about what kind of company Klockwerks is. Because I called them, chatted with a gentleman named Ian. He asked me to send him some photos. I did. I sent him the photos. He replied back, very strange position for this flaw. What's your address? And I thought, holy, I really didn't expect that, to be honest with you, but that's the type of company they are. So he was going to send me a new 12-inch for a replacement due to the fact that there was issues. And I took probably 6, 7, 8 pictures trying to get that the reflection of what exactly that flaw was. So I replied back to him. I said, hey, you know, really nothing wrong with this windshield. But if you did want to replace it, I would love to have one of the new 11-inch sports. You know, I got the 13.5. This is the 12. How about the sport windshield, the little taller one? Because I guess I'm to the point to where I really don't want to ride with a 4-inch anymore. I've got the 4-inch from Harley, and it really doesn't do anything for me. So he said, sure, send it right out. And I get a UPS notification that it was delivered. And here it is. So that's it, man. It was just a phone call just to let them know, hey, issue, I get it, I'm out of warranty, but here's the issue I found. And the type of people that they are, he said, no worries, and sent me a new one. And so he sent me one of the new 10-inch sport flares. So this is what we're going to put on today, and hopefully you guys can check it out with me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this one off, and I'll try to show you whatever the camera can pick up. What we need here is a T25. Pop these 4 screws off, take off the standoffs, these covers, and then we'll get the windshield off. So my trusty old T-handle T25. Roll this off. Now, these are real simple to install. Nothing hard about it. And man, does it make a difference to the look of the bike. I mean, each one of them, the 13.5 and the 12, both bring a different look. They bring more of a touring bike look, of course. So I'm really excited to see what the 10-inch or the 11-inch flare, I keep calling it a 10, but it's an 11-inch flare, is going to do for me. It's going to do for the look of the bike. Because right now, looks pretty nice, but it's still got that, what's the word I'm looking for? That touring look, that ultra, limited, the road guide limited look, so to speak. I don't know, just something about it. Nothing really says sport about it, you know. It is a great product. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. So there's no issues with that. So we're going to pull these off. Got a small short screw and a longer screw on these, both the 13 and the 12 screw, 13.5 and the 12. And these are all marked. As you can see, this one is I don't know if you can see that. It says left. This one says right. So left of the bike, right of the bike. So we'll pop these off. I'm going to reach in here and grab these standoffs that go on to where the factory windshield comes off. You put these on. You take the factory hardware and the little rubber grommets and just put them in a bag somewhere and store them in your toolbox, because you don't need them for this application. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this windshield out of here. Let's see what it looks like. Probably a little dark over here in the corner, but okay, all right. I just wanted to kind of compare it before I get this off here, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the plastic. All right, so we get a bag of hardware, instructions, and I already started to remove the packaging here for the new flare. Oh man, very nice product, very nice, very nice. So let's just look real quick at the comparison Not a whole lot of difference. Yeah, I'm curious to how this is really going to look. It's not a whole lot of difference than this 11. Now I get it, we're only talking an inch. But anyway, let's pull up everything out and let's see what happens. Alright, before I go to that, I don't know if you guys can see this. This camera may not see it very well. I'm going to try to do my best to... I don't know if you can see that little flaw right there, that little spider. Very strange position. We couldn't figure it out between Ian from Klockwerks and myself. So I'm curious how this. Oh, heck yeah! All right. Yeah. Well, let's get the hardware out and see what we got here. Alright, so the standoffs are a little bit different, what I call the standoffs. The hardware is shorter. Let's look at this real quick. Just want to compare this just to show you guys. See, this is the left and this is the right. Let me grab the left. So, a little bit different for the standoff, how far it sets up off of there. So, it's going to be interesting. And again, I don't know if you can see that. You see that it says right. So, the right side of the bike, which is this side. And then the same thing with the outside part, right, like so, I believe. So, anyway, let's take a look, and we'll go from there. Now, little trick I learned. Now, I've been swapping these back and forth, and going back to the 4-inch, and doing everything. And what really helps is you take a piece of this painter's tape, masking tape, whatever you got, and I tore off a couple of pieces. You know what I normally do, and let me take this windshield off here so I can show you guys. What I normally do is take this. This is the right side of the bike. So take this and kind of just tape the end. You don't want to tape it where it's going to trap it once you put the windshield on, but what that does is just kind of help. Otherwise it just falls off. This might have been my experience anyway, unless somebody else has another idea. This works pretty good. It's pretty cheap. Painter's tape is pretty cheap. And it's just a couple of like 2-inch pieces. So anyway, just put this around. Everything sticks to everything around here. Okay. Slide it in. Oh man, it's a lot closer, more sleek, more rounded, more, man, it just conforms to the whole. I really am liking what I'm seeing here. So I got the right side. Looks like all 4 bolts are the same length, so it doesn't matter which ones you use. So, right side for the right side of the bike. I can't remember, I think this is the, here it is, okay. So it's the top. Let's get this started. Alright, got a couple of threads in that one. Couple of threads in that one. Last 2 bolts. Same thing. Left side of the bike. And I guess you make sure. And the thing that I'm seeing is the marking You see the marking, it goes to the bottom, if that helps anybody. I had to do a trial and error on a couple of these. So, if it says left or right, that's the bottom, if that helps anybody. And all of the screws kind of point to the outside instead of straight up and down or in the middle. So, anyway, so I got these started. We're going to go ahead and get these things cinched down, and it's been my experience with the past couple of windshields, the 12-inch and the 13.5 anyway. You don't want to torque these things down too hard. Those little brass fittings, they look like they're brass anyway. Those threads inside the plastic here, you do not want to break those. That looks like it might be a nightmare to replace. So I just kind of snug mine down where it's kind of snug, and then you can pull off your tape. If you have small hands, it's a lot easier, but I don't. Okay, so I got the tape off, and let's just take a quick look, because it is step-by-step instructions, exactly what I just showed you. They use the tape, just like I showed you, and it does have a torque, but mine's ripped. Okay, as luck would have it, I had to go to the online version because I guess the tape pulled the torque off. But it is 8 to 10 inch pounds, not foot, inch pounds. 8 to 10 inch pounds, or 0.9 to 1.13 newtons. Okay. So we're going to torque that down to inch pounds, which I do not have a torque wrench that measures inch pounds, but I do have one that measures newton. All right, I got that all torqued. Everything's ready to go. 1 Newton meter, or 8 to 10 inch pounds of torque. Don't over tighten these things, you'll ruin your bike. And then I think it's, well, no, it looks like you can buy the onset, but then you got to wait for Harley to open. You got to probably order them and wait for them to get in. In the meantime, you don't have a windshield. Anything like me, you got to ride every day. Okay. Synopsis is beautiful windshield. Great customer service to offer this. Thank you, Ian, and thank you, Klockwerks. But I want to push one more thing here. What do you guys use to clean your windshields? For years I used Bug Slide, used a little glass cleaner, you know, stuff like that. But Klockwerks makes this item, it's called Shine, and that's exactly what it's meant to do, is to clean their product, their windshields. Spray a little bit on. You probably should have sprayed it on the towel, but I'm the type of guy, I like to get the product on. And what it does is it cleans and leaves a coating. And all of us that, especially us that live in Texas and, well, pretty much everywhere nowadays this time of year, you got bugs. And so what happens is when you put this stuff on, it kind of leaves a coating on there, so when the next time you clean it, it comes off really easy. It's kind of cool. Okay, got that all clean. Now, this will clean the whole bike. I use it on the paint. I use it on the plastic. I use it on my mirrors. I use it on the fenders. You know, anywhere that that there's shine or anywhere that there's metal or plastic, that's what I use. I use this, and it's fantastic. I buy it by the gallon. Fill this little bottle up, lasts forever. You don't need much. Get yourself a really good microfiber towel, and then go to town with it, so to speak. That's what we say in Texas, anyway. So, yeah, it's perfect. One other thing too, if you want to clean your engine, go online, go to Klockwerks.com, take a look at the Klockwerks engine cleaner. It's similar to the Shine, and if you have the black motor, you spray it on there. Even if you can't get your rag in there to clean it, it still brightens it and it looks like it's brand new. Fantastic products by Klockwerks. Fantastic customer service, fantastic products. Ian was great. The people are great. Man, they're pretty much knocking it out of the park. So, until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.